Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And you know, Who That Nation, normally when I make these videos, I go in depth about my personal opinion about certain stories that involve the New Orleans Saints. But today, I want to do things a little bit different, because these are different circumstances. According to sources, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know, basketball superstar Kobe Bryant, along with his 13-year-old daughter and seven other people, died in a helicopter crash. And I'm making this video right now on a Monday morning, and I still can't believe that I'm saying this. I was with my girl and my son, and we were just riding in the car, just riding around Myrtle Beach on a Sunday afternoon, and she then yells out, "Man, this can't be true." And I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "They saying that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash." And I was like, I just got kind of shook because I was driving. I had to pull over because I'm trying to figure out was this actually accurate. And when you find out this is true, it's like, man, you just still can't believe it because this is Kobe Bryant. This is one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Growing up in New Orleans, man, I've always really been big on sports, talking about the Saints, reading about the Saints, watching the Saints on television, listening to them on the radio when the games were blacked out. But I think everybody around my age, is rather you want to be, like Michael Jordan or you wanted to be like Kobe Bryant. LeBron James kind of came later on, as I was transitioning into adulthood. So even though I think that he's a great player, I don't have the level of appreciation for him the way that I have for Jordan and Kobe Bryant. I remember being on a court, shooting the ball up. And this was during the time when Kobe had that little afro, the little bush cut, as they call it down there in Louisiana. And I used to refer to myself as bush cut Kobe when I'm shooting the ball from half court or, I'm trying to put up these miracle shots. I always would do something like that because, I always had a lot of respect for Kobe Bryant. But, I just cannot believe it, man. And you had like different New Orleans Saints players chiming in on it. On Twitter, you had Michael Thomas, said, "Damn, not Kobe." That's what he tweeted. Lisa Salters got an interview with Drew Brees on the sideline. Drew Brees said that, he couldn't believe it. Cam Jordan, somebody that grew up on the West Coast, somebody that went to Cal, has an appreciation for Kobe Bryant, said, "Man, I cannot believe it." And he's just one of those people that you didn't expect would be gone, 41 years old, but you can't say that he lived a great life, man. He left no stone left unturned. He won all type of personal accolades. He won the championship 5 times. He won the league MVP. He won a gold medal. He won finals MVP, man. He had more all-star appearances, second most to only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, one of the greatest Lakers of all time. And then as he transitioned to life after basketball, he won an Oscar, man. One of the most crowning achievements that a person can possibly win. And, this is a real example, folks, and this is honestly a harsh reality that no matter how much money you have, no matter how much success you can grab in your entire lifetime, Father Time is undefeated. Death has no discriminations, no matter who you are. And, Jason Williams on ESPN, he did an interview talking about Kobe Bryant. And he had something to say that really registered with me. And, I think it registered with a lot of people. It should. If you have like any personal vendettas against somebody, if somebody wrongs you, you feel that way, this is right here is just telling you that life is just too short, man. It's too short to be holding grudges. It's too short to be carrying the weight of, anger with you everywhere that you go. You never know when your time is up. You never know when that person's time is up. So it's very important to let that stuff go. And I remember like just watching some of the testimonies of how Kobe Bryant touched people's lives. And, I'm just watching that on TV, and I just grabbed my son, was crawling across the floor, and I just gave him one of the biggest hugs that I can give him. And I'm pretty sure, when he looked at me and he was probably wondering, man, what's wrong with this dude? But, for him to be in a helicopter with his daughter and, they flying into the fog and, I'm pretty sure during that time, the plane is probably going down. She's probably afraid and he's trying to assure her everything gonna be all right, but he knew what was going down. And I only can imagine, like something like that, being a father now and not only that, having a wife and leaving kids behind. I mean, if this don't touch you, man, I mean, you're not human. I mean, it's just the truth. If you're not touched by this, then you're not human. But I grabbed my son and I held him real tight, and I grabbed my girl and I hugged her, man, and I told her that I loved her. Man, take the time out to tell your family members you love them. Take the time out to tell your family members how much you appreciate them. Because, I mean, we take that kind of stuff for granted because we feel like we're going to see them later. We're going to see them, in a couple of days. But, man, appreciate it every day of your life. Man, Kobe Bryant lived by something called the Mamba mentality. Man, have a Mamba mentality for your life. Like, no matter what you're trying to do, make sure that you're doing it to the best of your ability and don't ever squander a day, man. And like I said, I know this is the State of the Saints podcast. We talk New Orleans Saints, but I mean, Kobe Bryant just touched a lot of people's lives, man. Saints fans, Pelican fans, like no matter if you whatever sport that you're a fan of when it come out of Louisiana, I mean, people love Kobe Bryant. So all I gotta say is rest in peace to Kobe and his daughters and the 7 other members that were aboard that plane, and also to his wife Vanessa and the 3 other kids that were left behind, man. Like, my condolences to them as well. But this has been the State of the Saints podcast. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. YouTube.com, search State of the Saints podcast. Facebook.com, search State of the Saints podcast. And thank you all very much for your support of the videos and the podcast. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat? Rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi.